Surprise! I'm finally back. As you can tell, clearly. I've been away from filming since the end of January was the last time I uploaded, because a lot has happened. Well, it's not a lot, but what happened was so stressful. I was so ill from being stressed. I just couldn't function day to day, let alone filming. The last thing I filmed as well, I had so much pain that lasted for days. It got to the point where it wasn't worth filming anymore, and then I got too scared to film in case the pain was gonna come back. I did more acupuncture for a while. I don't know why my voice is shaky, but because it's just been a while since I've been in front of the camera. So yeah, I did more acupuncture for a while, like twice a week for a few weeks. I think it was like 2 months, to try and fix my body. And I had a doctor's appointment to, I had a pain clinic appointment to sort, see what they could do. And I'd been waiting. When I booked the pain clinic appointment, I had like 7-week wait, and I was so annoyed. Like, by the time I got my appointment, so this is like in 2021, they had so my voice is really shaky. Yeah, so this organisation called NICE in the UK is what are, it's sort of like a medical watchdog, so they, choose policies and whatnot, and they decide like what medication they're gonna allow to be prescribed in the UK, etc. That's probably a terrible explanation. But yeah, so they just changed the criteria for, what prescriptions are given for chronic pain. And it happened within just like a few weeks before my appointment. And so what they decided, that if you have chronic pain and it's not a direct result of an injury, if it's like kind of generalized, or I think it's what's called secondary pain, for conditions like fibromyalgia, where it started off as an injury and then it's just lingered forever, and then you forever have this condition, fibromyalgia. They're no longer prescribing opioid painkillers, which are the strongest painkillers you can get, if I'm understanding correctly, on prescription, because of the opioid crisis, which is a bigger deal in America than it is in the UK. And basically not advice, but what they're telling, GPs and that is to not to prescribe opioids, don't prescribe anything new. And that means even changing medication is hard now, because they're trying to wean people off it, which I think is terrible. And it is going to, we're going to see a lot of people, I think, in the next 12 to 24 months, I think, who are gonna commit suicide because they feel hopeless about getting help with their pain, and they're going to turn to more illicit drugs. We can't, like, myself, I cannot function day to day. I cannot hold down a job. I have mental problems with like brain fog and stuff as well. Anyway, I digress. So, yeah, they basically wanted me to come off one of my medications at the pain clinic. They said either the amitriptyline or the pregabalin has to go if I'm not finding it helpful. When I talked, they're like, oh, then they'll refer me to my GP and they'll say what their recommendations were. And then, you know, it'll be discussed with the GP going forward. And basically, like, all they're telling people, like, in the NICE guidelines is antidepressants for conditions like fibro, non-steroid anti-inflammatories, so that's drugs like ibuprofen, and did I say antidepressants? Yeah, antidepressants. And then complementary therapies, which is like acupuncture, which is not available on the NHS. That means it's not free. I pay for mine privately. Yeah, that sucks. So that caused a lot of stress. I'm just gonna be honest, put it out there. I've started smoking cannabis. It's not legal in the UK technically, but if you have like a small amount for personal use, like for me to manage pain, the police don't really bother with you. So yeah, that's what I'm doing, and now I've worked out how to stop making myself choke and cough a lot. It's going really well, hence filming. I've only been experimenting this last week. I had one full day without pain. Well, not a full day. It was like 6 hours without any pain, which was amazing, and that never happens. Not since the start of the pandemic. I was having like fewer and more far between days where I wasn't in pain. I'm exhausted a lot now, which could be the cannabis, and that I'd turned properly nocturnal too. Anyway, I digress. So that's my medical update and where I've been. Now we're like, yeah, it's the start of June. So it's the 3rd of June when I'm filming this, actually 10:30 at night. It took me ages to get set up and like make sure I have everything I want to use and make sure my brushes are clean. So let's get started. I've prepped my face already. My skin is somewhat less oily now because I've been doing the 7 skins method, but it still gets quite oily. I put on some. I got the Too Faced Hangover 3-in-1 replenishing primer and setting spray. It shouldn't really be called a setting spray, it should be called a refreshing spray, because this doesn't set your makeup per se. It's not going to keep it in place all day. Anyway, so yeah, this is a watermelon one. I got this in a beauty box. So all the makeup is either makeup I bought since like January and not got around to using it, or I got them in beauty boxes because I started subscribing again to one called Look Incredible. You can follow me on Instagram because I post on there more frequently, and if you already follow me on there, you know that my pain has been really bad. I also got this old product that I haven't used for ages. Where did I put it? Do you remember these from Revolution? The Glow Prime Set and Glow Illuminating Face and Body Spray. I got the gold one on my face right now. I put the 2 of them on. I've got moisturiser under my eyes as well. Let's get some makeup on. Oh yeah, I prime my lids with the Sigma eyeshadow base primer. this is a new purchase. I only opened this tonight. The Bare Necessities from Colourpop. This is basically a neutral palette. I rarely buy neutral palettes because I find neutrals can be a bit boring, or I used to think of them as boring, but sometimes I guess it's nice to, you know, do more like everyday look. So that was my thinking when I bought this. That's there. And there's a lot of like golds in this and like shades of brown. I'm gonna go in with the shade Tabloid. I think that should be a good transition. Let's see. I'm not gonna do anything too crazy. I've only worn a full face of makeup, like, or close to full face, like 3 or 4 times since I last uploaded. And even then, I think only one was like a full face of makeup. I just haven't had the energy, and like I said, I've been like really afraid of hurting myself. It's a nice brown. Hopefully you can see that okay. I've been gone so long, I've actually had 2 of the COVID jabs. And this is a Real Techniques brush, number 203. I had my second one yesterday. And I've been more or less fine. I had like a little, like the injection site hurts and it's like a little raised. And that, but other than that, it's fine really. I was a little run down yesterday, but that could have just been because I had a really rough night's sleep. I'm gonna go in with this shade Silk Teddy. So it's like it'd be pretty. Look at that, don't even need to put concealer down. You can just see that. So pigmented. I've been off my antidepressants for 6 months now as well, which is good. It's actually been more than 6 months. One of the reasons that I went off it is because I was having like such bad IBS. Like I can't hold down any medication really when I have IBS. So like I'd bring it back up. And then I was talking to my counsellor about I'm not looking forward to going back on it because I get really bad side effects. It makes my skin, I got cystic acne, especially along my jaw area, and then occasional other places, but mostly along the jaw. And I was like, oh, I just got my skin clear, really didn't want to do this. And like, he was like, well, why don't you stay off it and see how you do. Like, take a small dose so it's not like cold turkey. and I was like, am I even depressed, or do I just have a somewhat difficult life with, you know, chronic pain and that? And yeah, I think I was so consumed with all the stuff from the IBS that I didn't notice any side effects really of coming off the antidepressant, except that I did notice I had less brain fog, which is surprising. There's like no fallout with this palette. I don't know if you can see, like there's nothing under my eyes. It's really good stuff. So I'm gonna do the other eye. I'm gonna do a different colour, I think, on the other eye, and then come back. Let me show you the colours that I've used. On the right eye, this one is Tabloid, and then I used Crack On, which I was trying to use to deepen up the outer V, but it looks about the same shade of brown, weirdly. And then Silk Teddy up here in the centre. On my left eye, I used All For You in the crease, Spree, which is a bit of a shimmery shade, not a matte. I deepened it up with that, and then Designer Duds is in the centre. Let me just come close. Hopefully you can see enough. I'm pretty happy with how that's turned out, more or less. So I'm going to do the rest of my makeup. Oops. I got two Colourpop foundations. It's the same one. I got the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation because I have oily but dehydrated skin, so my skin looks better with hydrating foundations. I got medium 100 and medium 110, which is not very different. It's really hard when you're just looking online and trying to match, like colour match from pictures. I think this might be a bit dark for me actually. Oh, but actually on my monitor that looks very light. Oh, this is the lightest of the two shades. That looks very yellow based and warm. Zoom. I don't know if the other colour is darker, so it's gonna look kind of worse. enjoy this concealer. It's also medium. This is a neutral. 105N. This is also the Colourpop one. Pretty Fresh hyaluronic acid one. Oh, it smells like solvent. I have Disney Plus as well, so I've been watching like when they came out, and I was very excited to watch WandaVision. That was great. It was very different to other Marvel stuff, because obviously we've only seen films up until then. But I think it worked really well. This looks really pink. It's such a contrast with my weirdly this pulls very pink, or maybe it's just because of how yellow the foundation is that's making the pink tone stand out more. I don't know. Yeah, so I enjoyed WandaVision. I enjoyed The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which is very different to WandaVision. I don't know if you've seen it or not. But I heart Sebastian Stan. He is bae. Ugh, why did I say that? He's gorgeous. There's lots of good action, some good bromance, there was some good character growth, you know. I'm sure you watched it, and if you haven't, it's probably not your genre, because otherwise what are you doing? Loki comes out soon. I think it's like next week, I believe. I find it so hard to find a good concealer. But like the colour issue aside, under my eyes, despite the rest of my face being super oily, under my eyes is very dry. And nothing, I don't think anything in the world is, yeah, I got lines as well, which I never really had lines under my eyes, at least not severely, until like the last year or so. I think it's because I had, well, I think it's about 2 years ago it started, because I had a really bad allergic reaction to eye cream. Blended out that looks like a bit less stupid, but it's definitely pulling a bit pink under my eyes. Yeah. So then after I had that allergic reaction, I had another one like a couple of months after that. It was something different. And then from then on I started having more reactions to stuff, like makeup and skincare. Even if I do a patch test, I don't know why I tipped this up, but it has a straw. Yeah, sometimes my skin would be fine for like 4 days or something, and then the 5th time I go to use it I'd have an allergic reaction. I think it was, at least part of it was, you know, sometimes you just start getting allergic reactions. The human body is weird like that. But I think some of it at least was down to antidepressant. So I forgot that, you know, antidepressants can impact your skin, obviously, because, you know, they work on your hormones to like affect your mood and stuff. Well, that's part of it. So yeah, kind of low-key hate my skin. Why does it have to be the wrong colour? If I use this with a different concealer, I think that actually brightened and didn't pull too pink. It might look better. Right. And then just do this under the eye. You can't really tell at the moment because my hair's put up and that. I really should be using a smaller brush than this. But yeah, my hair's two different colours. This side is I think the colour was called something like pinky purple, and then it was mixed with some other colour. I forget. It's on my Instagram anyway. And this side is a blue black shade. When it's like freshly washed, I know it looks amazing, but my hair's due to be washed. I just trying to make the bottom liner line up with the liner up here. I mean the shadow up here. Where is... oh. And I'm going to take the darkest pink shade. Because I'm using shadow otherwise, I can't really get it onto my waterline because it will get into my eyes. And that's no good. I'm not going to do eyeliner. I think you'll look okay without doing that eyeliner. This is a Wonder Beauty Mile High Club Volume and Length Mascara. I'll hold it up in a second. Look at this packaging. Hold it this way around. Super pretty. I'm probably gonna wear a lot of this makeup again on Saturday for the cinema. I like dressing up for the cinema. The next step is bronzer. So the one I got in this beauty box, where's the packaging? Oh yeah. It's the Becca Sunrise Waves. I thought it was funny that they put Becca in the beauty box because the brand is going bust. They're going bye bye. So this is Gradient Sunlit Bronzer. Barley Sands Capri Coast Bronzed Bondienne Opal. If I can open it. Sometimes I find that, you know the bit where you open it and the bit, the hinge often look the same. Okay. So it's like, I think bronzer and highlighter in one. Which is very pretty. So you got a bit of the opal bits on the outside, I believe, and that's the highlight. So I've got opal separately. I'm just gonna go over the middle bit. This is good if you want like a shimmery bronze. Let's see how that comes out. Just trying to do a very light layer. Yeah, it's not too shimmery, is it? This is from Etude House, called Blossom Cheek, in the shade My Little Blossom. It might be too light pink for my complexion. We'll see. I think that's showing up. I don't know if that's just like not very pigmented, or I was just using like such a light hand on it. I'm not sure. Alright, then I got also in the beauty box I got on the Fenty Beauty Matchsticks Champagne Heist. This is a shimmer skin stick, which is not new at all. But I never bought one of these before. I hope you can see that. Champagne tends to be like quite a universally flattering shade. Just put a little there. I'm not used to using a shimmer stick. I'm used to using like powder or even liquid highlighters. Hopefully I can blend that in, it's not just sitting on top of the skin. Do the same on this side. Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to Black Widow finally coming out in the cinema. That's out in July. I think it's just a few days after my birthday, so I'm definitely gonna watch that. It's nice, isn't it? I feel like it came out kind of muted on my face compared to on my hand, but maybe I just wasn't pressing very heavily. I won't really know until I see this back in when I'm editing. So for lips, I have these. This is, I should have known that was going to happen. This is the Colourpop Lux Lip Vault Lux of the Party. I've got 5 colours. Dewdrop, which is kind of clear. Yeah, it's clear. And then a light pink called Tricky. A deeper pink, Candy Kiss, Room Service, which looks like a kind of a brown, and then Brick Red, It's a Banger. That was so dumb. I did my brows off camera as well because it's an old product. It's from just a Primark pencil. I was thinking about maybe buying the Charlotte Tilbury, but it's like I hate doing my brows as it is. I'm getting the henna done again on Saturday and getting them shaped. But henna is not very long lasting for on oily skin, which is something interestingly that no professionals told me at the hairdressers. That I'm getting it done at my hairdressers. But I guess they're just upselling me a bit. Can't blame them. Oh, this isn't new. This is the Charlotte Tilbury lip cheek Supersize Me. Is that the colour? Is the colour called Supersize Me? I don't know. It's a nice pinky nude anyway. And everyone's doing like ombre lips at the moment. I just don't think it's something. Like, I don't really overline my lips either. I think it always looks kind of weird. And as well, since I got up to my most current weight, which I will not say, I've got sort of more of a downward slanting mouth now as well. If you overline them, it can look really weird. I was gonna go for the clear, be a bit boring, go for the clear gloss. Oh, it's a doe foot applicator. I do like a nice gloss. Shiny lips look fuller as well. The downside of putting the gloss on top of the pencil is that the colour of the pencil is now on the gloss, on the doe foot. I don't want to put that back into the jar, so the tube. I'm just gonna wipe that off. See if this can help it come together and look a bit nicer. Oh, I did not conceal that spot up there at all very well. I do have new lipsticks as well that I didn't use. I was meant to, but I forgot. Got this new Lancome one. If I can even open it. Oh, you push down. Oh, you push that down and it sort of releases it. Mmm, pretty. That's gonna go in my hand. That's the bottom colour. That it. So this is the L'Absolu Rouge Hydrating Shaping Lip Colour in the shade 1112 Mars. That'll probably go quite well with this look. So that is the finished makeup look. Let me know what you think. Hopefully I'll be back soon. My pain should stay better. Like and subscribe if you want. Turn on the notifications if my channel interests you at all. And you can follow me on Instagram because I post there more frequently. You can see what makeup I go with on Saturday. Bye.